Hey, in this video, we're gonna go over all of the ways to create amazing images for your blog posts. They're gonna be the best possible images you can provide, even when you don't necessarily have access to the best photos of a product, for example, or you don't have access to images that are the perfect representation of the topic you're covering. And stick around until the end of the video to see exactly how to fit it all in and how to package it all so that it ranks on Google and other search engines and it earns you money in the long term. For the purposes of this tutorial, we will be looking at one of my blogs. The topic is wallets, minimalist wallets. There are several ways to obtain photos. Currently, we're looking at a product review. This is one of the more common posts you will write, so we're gonna take a look at how we're gonna do this here, but there's also different types of images that you will need for different types of blog posts, and we will cover those as well. The first and the best way to get images for a product is to take them by yourself. This is by far the best way to get product images, and this even applies to tutorials or other guides that you may shoot, for example, like record your screen of you using a software product or stuff like that. And this is by far the best way of getting images because it shows the audience and the search engines as well that you've actually had contact with the product. You actually know what you're talking about. You've been through the experience. So if you have access to the product, great. Take as many pictures, screenshot as you can. But as bloggers, we know that that's usually rarely the case. We often don't have access to the products we have to review, so we have to rely on other alternative ways of getting images. On a related note, this doesn't exactly apply for product reviews, but for other article types, for example, informational guides, especially when there's data involved and some research or like tables and spreadsheets. It's a very good idea to try and create charts, graphs, and even infographics of the topic. So let's see if I can find some example here. Okay, this is a great example. So this is a very simple chart that you can create in tools like Excel, for example. And even better, if there's data involved, you can create awesome charts. For example, let's say we're doing an article on the prices of wallets, just as an example. So let's say we have one column that's the name of the wallet and the other one is the price. And we're gonna say like wallet 1, wallet 2, wallet 3, just a simple demo. So the first one is maybe $40 and $50 and then like $30. And all we have to do here is just click on this button here when we select the entire data range. Head over to charts and there we have it. Like it's just 2 clicks and you already have an image here. You can simply like take a screenshot of this, use something like paint.net, maybe grab just the photo here, or there might even be like a simpler way to do this. Let me just check here real quick. Maybe if you just copy here, like, yeah, there you have it. You can just straight up copy the table from Excel and just paste it in any photo or image editor. And this is already like good content. This is original, this is unique, and you've created it on your own. You haven't even used like anything for it, so obviously you're gonna name it better. This is gonna be real data. You're gonna name the axis as well, but this is something that you can already use and it's really valuable for your blog. So I highly recommend whenever you have anything to do with data like research, a lot of numbers, several columns, use any of the charts in Excel. This is like the most basic one, I believe. We can also take a look at, like, there's a line chart in here. This is great as well. What else do we have here? Like pie chart. This is awesome. Like any of these things are great. I highly recommend using them. They're great for your content. They're great for your SEO. So whenever you have a lot of data you can work with, go ahead and do it. And on a related note, this is slightly similar and it's kind of like a bigger topic, so we're not gonna get into it a lot. Infographics. So if you have like, if you're doing some sort of a research, some sort of a like a detailed guide on a maybe like a more complex topic that also involves like data, or even like several different data points, you should look into making infographics. A tool like Canva is awesome for that. I believe they even have like prepared templates that you can use. I'm sure they have, yeah, there we go. Like this is the standard dimension for infographics. You can even post this on Pinterest and you can even get some traffic for there. So I even recommend like using these templates. These are great. Look at this. Like you just have to fill in your own data here. It doesn't even have to be like numbers and data. If you're just doing like a simple guide, maybe you can play around with the colors here and make them fit to your own brand. But this is already very good. You can just replace the images, change the text here. Canva is amazing for this. I highly recommend doing infographics as well. So we already kind of have like your own photographs. If you can do that, that's amazing. That's probably the best option. And if you're working with some sort of data or you're making some guide, then go ahead and use charts. You can create them simply in Excel. I'm sure there are even better tools out there. There are probably even free tools online that do amazing charts that look visually very appealing. And infographics are also another great way of producing images. Now, the next best thing is probably getting images from the brands themselves. So this is one example of such an image. This image is obtained from the Dango brand. This is not our own image, but we are an affiliate for this brand. We recommend their products. We've reached out to them. We've asked them for permission. And oftentimes the brands are not going to respond to those requests. That's maybe sort of a gray area, but I still recommend going through with this because you are recommending the product. They're probably not gonna mind at all. They will even like respect the fact that you took the time to review their products. So I would simply, let's say I'm just reviewing this wallet, Dango Deal1 Dapper, and this has been like a while ago, but I'm sure the product is still available here. I believe this is the same image. However, there's one key thing you should do here that I really recommend. Whenever you're using images from other people, this is what I recommend doing. So first you gotta save the image, and then you should open it in your own image editor. Sorry. And what I usually like to do is change the image, but change it in an unnoticeable way. So if you take this exact image and place it on your blog, just publish it, search engines will notice that it's the exact same image, pixel for pixel, and they're not gonna reward you as much. They might even be able to notice what we're gonna do here next, but I don't think they are doing that at the moment. So simply crop the image like this. So, I'm just using the selection tool in paint.net. This is like a really simple free tool that you can use. I'm just gonna click Control R right now. I just select like very small dimensions, and I'm doing previously I copied this selection with Control C. I'm resizing the image, and now I'm pasting what we have here. So you can see the dimensions here are changed. They're no longer 600. Let me back up for a second. So the dimensions here are 600 by 600. After we do this selection, Control C for copying, Control R for resizing the image, and pasting and expanding the canvas, you can see like these are different dimensions, which means this is a completely different image on the internet. This is like, as far as search engines are concerned, this is an original image, and that's very important. Also, I like to add another step just to like add a bit more randomness to it. So simply don't forget to check the maintain aspect ratio so that you don't do like some weird resizing here, and simply reduce the image a little. So I'm gonna go from 563 to 550. And this is gonna also change the image slightly. Don't worry about losing a little bit of quality. I promise you, like, nobody's gonna notice this. Just save this. And one other thing, so this is also very important. I always recommend using the WebP format because the sacrifice in quality is barely noticeable. The images are pretty good in quality. And also, always title your image, like give them good titles. Give them titles that are descriptive. Usually I like to use the title as the alt description as well. And the alt description is key. It's super important. You have to do that. You can even like miss out on the title, but you gotta do the alt description. That's really important. So for example, when I'm saving this image, this is how you create like a good alt description. You just simply look at the image, see what's going on there, and describe it in a very simple, natural language. So this is a close-up of a person holding the Dango Deal 1 Dapper in their hand with some cards and cash in it. A close-up of the Dango Deal 1 Dapper. Oh, sorry, a close-up of a person's hand holding the Dango Deal 1 Dapper with some cards and cash in it. Save as WebP format. You're gonna use pretty much this entire thing as the alt description as well. Very important. Please don't forget to do this. So this is crucial, both for search engines and for people who have like difficulty with reading from screens and seeing and stuff like that. And also like when the image is broken, this helps like for all of those situations. So don't forget to add the alt description. I would also recommend like probably even better tactics. So instead of taking the image from the brand's website, I recommend taking it from their YouTube channel. So let's search for Dango Wallet's YouTube channel. They probably have a channel. There we go. So this is probably my favorite method. You also need permission from the brand to do this. I don't recommend like doing this without their permission, but if you reach out to them, if you make an honest effort to seriously respect their copyright and their content, and they don't get back to you, and you are already an approved affiliate for them, I believe you'll never have a problem. I've done this like thousands of times and I've never had a problem. So we're looking at the Dango Deal 1 Dapper. Let's see if they have something here. Okay, so this is a slightly different model, but we can use it to demonstrate an example. So this is what I like to do. Simply look for images that are possibly not on the website. So I can see like this might be like an original image, and by the way, always set this to the highest possible resolution so that you get like the best quality images. So this is what I would do here. This is pretty good. So this is an image of the person opening the wallet. I don't think that's quite available here. Yeah, there we go, bingo. So this is gonna be a pretty good image. Do a print screen. I just press the print screen button and head over to your tool of choice for image editing. Again, mine is paint.net. Simply paste. It's gonna expand the canvas. All you have to do is select the relevant portion of the screenshot, hit copy, resize to a small dimension, paste it. And one more thing, you can also do the resize thing one more time. And on a related note, I don't really see the need for images bigger than, let's say, like 800 pixels in width, especially like given how everyone's on mobile phones today. There's really no need for like all that extra space. I'm just gonna give it like a slightly different ratio so that like I get a completely different image. This looks pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Again, we're choosing WebP here, and this is close-up of a person's hands opening a Dango Deal 1 tap a wallet and filling it with cards. This is another great image that's not present on the internet. This is gonna be original content. This is gonna do wonders for your blog. Okay, the next place from where you can source images, especially for product reviews, this works mostly for product reviews, is social media. So let's say we have, let's see if Dango has an Instagram, for example. Yeah, they have a profile and a hashtag. Let's see what goes on here. Maybe this is not gonna be the wallets in particular. Yeah, this is something else. However, we can see wallets here, and the same applies in here as well. This is a reel. You can grab like a quick screenshot of this. You can just paste it in the paint.net or whatever tool you're using. I'm sure Dango are gonna be fine with this. However, you can also take this a step further, and let's see if they have like a hashtag for Dango wallets in particular. So they have like some user generated content. Always look for hashtags like this. Maybe this is not gonna be from Dango. Yes, so this is another user, and this may be another content creator. You can use their images in two ways. Number one, ask for their permission. I really don't recommend generally just using other people's content at least without asking. You can ask and maybe they're not gonna answer, and in that case at least you're kind of covered. At least you've done the effort to really ask for the permission. Another thing you can do, however, is embed the image in your blog post. So you can simply click the three dots here if you're on desktop and click embed. You can even include captions, so it's gonna credit the users, and all you have to do, copy the embedded code. Let's say, for example, I'm just gonna show you here at the bottom of the post. All you have to do is, since this is HTML, this is code, you have to do custom HTML block here, paste the copied embedded code in here, and we're gonna just preview this so that we can see how it looks like. There we have it. So there's the image, the user is credited. I don't generally recommend embedding your Instagram posts or other content like this because it adds like a lot of clutter, and this also like slows down your site a lot. I'm gonna delete this, but it's pretty good as a last resort if you can't really find any other way to get images and the user, for example, explicitly doesn't give you permission. They forbid you from using their content. You can still do this. This is still legal. You can always embed their content even if they don't give you the permission to use their content, for example, through screenshotting it or downloading it and then editing it and resizing it and stuff like that. And you can do this on other networks as well. I believe Twitter, Pinterest also have similar options. Now, we mentioned competition here. So let's say this is the wallet, this is the product we're reviewing. If you can't find good images, you're absolutely not satisfied with any of the images you're finding, what I would do is, this is probably one of the most desperate steps that I would take, but I would reach out to the competition and ask if I can use some of their images. However, these don't look like original images from this competitor in particular. Yeah, seems like nobody has really done like a good review of this product. Check out the competition's YouTube channel. And this is very, very different from using the brand's YouTube channel, because they usually want you to use their content. They encourage it. This guy is probably like either reviewing some similar gear or is like in a similar niche. So I would be very careful. In fact, I don't recommend blatantly stealing their content. Ask for permission and then apply all of the steps we talked about before. You can take a screenshot or just use their blog posts whatever. Now, one very interesting recent development that we've seen really explode, honestly, over the last few months is artificially generated images. So let's take a look at this very briefly, because it's really interesting. It's not that good of an option, which is why I kind of left it for last, but it can really do the trick in a pinch, and sometimes it can even do like really good stuff. So this is the Discord server for Midjourney. I've connected it with the server. This is a little bit of a complex process. I will leave a link on how to do this for free. You basically have to set up Midjourney in Discord, but you can use Midjourney or even other tools like DALL-E, and I don't know, there are a few other good ones, and you can use them to simply generate original images. Now, Midjourney is still not good enough to the point where it can create images of a specific product. If I type in just like give me an image of the Dango wallet, it's not gonna know what that is. It's not gonna get it right. I've tried it like dozens of times. It's still not there. What you can do, however, is create sort of like more generic images that can be used in guides, maybe in lists, maybe in informational articles. They might have some use. So let's see what Midjourney comes up with today. The way you do this is by typing /imagine, and then let's just say a realistic photograph of a modern minimalist wallet filled with cards and a bit of cash. Now, my guess here is that it's not gonna completely understand the term minimalistic and is just gonna do a wallet, but let's give it a shot. And also I like to give it a few flags here, so I always like to do like set the version to 5. That's maybe even 5.1 is available now. There are a few other flags here you can use, like for the quality of the camera and the resolution. We're not gonna do that right now. Let's see what it comes up with for this particular query. Also keep in mind that the more specific you get in the query, it's usually the better. However, with these types of queries, I'm not sure it's gonna do well. So it's already starting to generate something. It doesn't really look like a minimalist wallet so far. Let's see here. Let's see what it gets. Okay, yeah, this might work. This is actually pretty good. Yeah, I like this. So this can be used like maybe you're writing a guide for, I don't know, how to use a minimalist wallet, for example. You can use this one. This is original. This is nowhere on the internet, and it's completely yours, and it's gonna be great. You can also upscale it, like this is 1, 2, 3. You can upscale the third one so that you get the bigger one. Even the fourth one is pretty good. Although I'm not sure this is like, yeah, sometimes it can happen. Like this is probably not a real product, that just made it up. And I mean, that might be an advantage in some ways. They might look like they might spark curiosity in the audience, but if you're doing like specific reviews of some wallet, it's probably not gonna get that. Another very interesting type of image you can create yourself is something like this. So this was created by one of my writers, I believe. As you can see, they simply took 2 images of 2 different wallets. This is actually a money clip. They put them together. They just added like a simple VS in the text, and this is like an image that's probably gonna rank very soon, because the alternative text is specifically geared towards the title and the keyword this article is targeting. You can also do different stuff like this. For example, these are also just like compiled images, so you can simply compile different products into one like bigger image, and that's gonna do great for articles like this, like guides or even lists. Maybe you can, if you're comparing like 6 wallets, for example, you can just put 6 of them in a single image, and that's also gonna do great for a list article. Okay, as a final resort, I would recommend stock images. So there are a ton of good sites where you can do this. I like to use Pexels, Unsplash, and Pixabay are my favorite. So let's see what they have here. Minimalist wallet. This is quite specific. I don't really expect a lot of good results here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is pretty good. So this is probably like some brand is kind of like marketing themselves through free stock images, but you can still use this image. It looks pretty good, honestly. In some guide or in some more generic post, this is usually what you're gonna find. Like some brand will have their products in here. Their logo is gonna usually be visible. You can remove this with simple editing, I believe, but sometimes there's no need for that. Let's see what the other sites offer, if they have like something good. Okay, yeah, this is pretty good. So if you're maybe writing like an article about, let's say, minimalist leather wallets, this can be useful. Let's just finish the whole process here. Okay, yeah. Surprisingly, there are quite a few good images, like stock images, that you might use if you absolutely have to. Another very important thing for stock images is to also resize them and even crop them. Resizing them is usually even not enough. Like always crop them a little. So if I'm gonna use this, like I'm probably gonna start with not such a big image because I'm gonna resize it anyway. So again, we're gonna go over this one more time because it's really important. Open the image with your tool, select something that's like representative of the image but kind of cuts it a little bit, and do this. Please don't forget to do this because otherwise you're gonna have the search engines are gonna think you're using the same image on the internet as everyone else, the same stock image. This is like a step further, and it's really helpful. And as we said before, like we can even crop it a little bit more here. Resize this to usually sometimes even 700 is pretty good. Yeah, this looks very acceptable. Save it as the WebP, you know the drill, and give it the title like person putting minimalist wallet in their pocket. And there we go. When you upload this to WordPress, I'm just gonna show you this real quick. So let's say I wanna place that image right here, for example. I'm not really good at typing today. So actually the best way to do this, what I recommend doing is uploading through this place here, through media, because this way you're gonna add the image and you're gonna set the alt and the description tags in here, and the title is already gonna be, as you can see, like this is the title of the image. It's already there, the title is already set, and just copy it to the alternative text. Super important. If you just take one lesson from this entire guide, let it be this: like, don't upload your images without an alternative text. You're leaving a lot of value on the table. So now when you simply go back to the article and you choose the image from the library, you can see like it's already gonna have the alt text, and if you change it in the library, it's gonna change everywhere. So this is how you basically, this is the best way to upload images in WordPress. I'm gonna delete that because we're not gonna use that. And that's it for stock images. All right, there we have it. So those are all the best ways you can find images for your blog posts, and usually one of them is gonna work and you're gonna end up with at least a few very good images for your article. Now again, the key points we have to review here: always use alt descriptions. Number 2, there's almost never a need for an image bigger than 800 pixels. Even on desktops that looks like quite large, so don't. And also, like, big images are gonna slow down your site. They're not gonna really contribute to the user experience all that much. So try to limit your images, the width, up to 800 pixels, maybe 1000 if you really want to show like a high resolution picture. Always use WebP format. There's really no reason not to use it. Like, it's pretty good. The quality is very, very good. Maybe it's not as good as like some of the other formats, but it's almost as good, and it really saves a lot of space and it makes the website faster. And I guess a final note, don't forget to set like the featured image for the blog post. So in WordPress, you just go to the menu on the right, and I recommend selecting one of the images from the blog post that kind of represents the topic the best. Maybe it's like the most general, or maybe it's just the best image that's gonna show up in the feed. That's gonna be like the main image for the post, and it's gonna show up when the link is shared on social media, for example. That's pretty much all for images. This is quite a complete guide, but I believe it covers everything. These are the most important sources. Again, try to make your own images. If not, use like images that you kind of have the right to. Always ask for permission. Always use alt descriptions, WebP format. The width doesn't really have to be much bigger than 800 or 1000 pixels. And I recommend one image at least every maybe 500 words, or that's like a good ratio. If your blog post has like 3000 words, maybe 6 pictures is a pretty good amount of images to have there. That's all for today. Use this guide, add images to your blog posts. It really helps, and I'll see you soon.